Many ESL teachers tell students what to do, but very few actually show them, and that's where problems begin. Modeling is a term used in psychology that means demonstrating or showing a correct behavior so that another person can imitate or reproduce it. In ESL, modeling means showing students exactly what to do before asking them to do it themselves. It's when the teacher demonstrates the task, the language or the behavior, so students can see a clear example and then copy it. We need to show students exactly what they are expected to do or produce, especially when the skill or activity is new, by explaining the steps, demonstrating how to do them, thinking aloud so they can hear our thought process, and providing strong teacher and student work examples. Modeling supports learning, boosts motivation, and helps students feel more confident because they can clearly see the steps and believe they can complete the task if they follow the model. Don't just tell students what to do and expect them to do it. Remember, if students cannot see it, they cannot do it. A model is simply an example of the target language a teacher shows learners to help them notice patterns or encourage imitation. This could be a sentence, an intonation pattern, the explanation of a game, or an entire text, like a sample writing piece. Clear, accurate, contextualized models are essential in language teaching because they show correct form and provide examples of language used in context. Do you remember learning to tie your shoes, or learning to bake a cake, or learning to read? You probably did not learn from a video or a lecture. You learned because someone showed you and you practiced it. The same principle applies to teaching. We must model for our students. Young learners copy what they see much faster than what they hear. Use that to your advantage. Here are a few examples of what our students see in their textbooks. The textbooks often say, describe, offer solutions, give information. But these words mean very little to our students. If we only say the words, very few will understand. Telling is not modeling. So how do we model our task? Modeling is not just the teacher doing something while students watch. It is the teacher doing the task while guiding students to think, participate, and understand each step. Modeling also means a progression of teacher doing less and students doing more. This starts with the teacher doing almost everything for the first example, then doing less in the second example, until by the fourth or fifth example, the students are doing most of the work. Think about how we can show students the text. You can use pictures, flashcards, links, real objects, animations, video clips, songs, and even simple chalk on the board to present the target language. Repetitive training drills in ESL are basically teaching people the same way you might train a parrot, by repeating the same patterns again and again until they stick. This kind of learning feels natural to us because we all grow up copying what we hear and practicing it many times. For example, when you teach colors, you ask your students to say the color part while you say the rest of the sentence. Here is an example. Val likes cars. Val likes cars. Val likes cars. Val likes cars. This repetition helps students overlearn the language, allowing new words to enter long-term memory and remain available for future use. Here are some simple ways I model tasks in my own classes. Let's say you want to play a game called Sparkle. If you just explain this game to grade 1 or 2 students in English, they won't understand. They're still learning letters, numbers, colors, and basic patterns. So long explanations sound like white noise. Visualize the task to support your explanation. Arrange everyone in a circle or line standing up and facing the same direction. The first student in the line says the first word in the sentence. The second student says the second word, and this pattern continues until the target sentence is fully set. After the last word in the sentence has been said, the next person must say sparkle. The player next to the person who said sparkle must sit down. The game continues until one student remains, the winner. Fly swatter. Draw a fly on the board and show the slides. One student from each team stands in front of the board with a fly swatter. They cannot see the screen. Display the target vocabulary. Students say the words aloud. When they see a fly, they shout, "Fly!" The first to hit the fly earns 2 points for their team. Anagrams. Invite 2 students from each team to the board. They must write as many words as possible using the letters in wonderful. They have 2 minutes. 1 word is 1 point. If both teams write the same word, it counts for 0. Question drill. With young learners, use TPR. Assign gestures to each word in the sentence. Movement and speech together help memory. I also visualize everything in my slides. Here is an example.
What do you like? I like apples. What don't you like? I don't like bananas.
The idea is to overload the senses with visuals, your body, your voice, your slides, your classroom. Put students into pairs and ask them to practice this pattern. We must be quiet when we are in the library. Then play a game where they write as many sentences as they can in 2 minutes. With a slide, no long explanation is needed. Everything is already shown. My favorite city. Here's how I model this group activity. Form a group of 5 students. In their groups, they must write about their favorite city. 1 student, 1 sentence. When they finish, they must present their work in front of the class. Everyone must speak. Design a sign. In this activity, your students must design a sign. How? First, they need an idea. Show them how an idea becomes a sign. Point out the sentence patterns. This is a. It means you. You can find it in Draw and write. When you have about 10 minutes left before the end of class, your students can make a quick poster or complete this activity in their notebooks. Here's how I model it for them. First, you'll need a piece of paper and a few colored pencils. Draw your favorite gadget in this space. Then write about it here. And finally, here's my model text to guide them. Before we move on, I want to share a tool that can make creating activities and classroom materials faster and much easier. Ever wished building a website was as easy as talking to a friend? With Skywork AI, it actually is. Skywork AI is a next-gen workspace from Singapore that helps you create everything. Documents, presentations, podcasts, even videos, all powered by smart AI agents. It's like having a whole creative team in one platform. But the feature I am most excited about is AI Developer. It's a website builder designed for beginners. No coding, no stress. You just tell it what you want and it builds a stunning site in minutes. I tried it myself. I asked AI Developer to make an interactive language page about animal habitats with 2 comprehension games built in. And honestly, it blew me away. I had a fully functional site up and running in just a few minutes. So whether you're a teacher designing class activities or a student showcasing projects, Skywork AI makes it simple to bring ideas online. Try AI Developer today and see how easy website building can be. Skywork AI, your shortcut from idea to finished project. Let's move on. In this activity, students complete a survey about traffic rules in Nanjing. First, they discuss the questions in pairs. One asks, the other answers. Then they write the answers in their notebooks. To their surprise, it turns into a mini essay. Listen to one of my students' presentations.
Okay, traffic rules in Nanjing.
We have many traffic rules in Nanjing. We usually drive on the right side of the road. We have to wear a helmet when riding a bicycle.
Yes.
We can correct people when riding a bicycle. People under 18 can't get a driver's
License.
People over 60 can drive cars. We have to wear
A safety belt.
safety belt in a car. We must keep safe.
Excellent.
Model how time expressions can change. 1 hour 30 minutes can be set as 1 hour and a half or 1.5 hours. 2 hours 30 minutes can be set as 2 hours and a half or 2.5 hours. Then ask your students to say 3 days and a half, 6 years and a half, 8 weeks and a half. Simple, yet very, very effective. Introduce new vocabulary using this pattern. The new word, its translation, and a sentence. The new word is in red. A noun phrase with a relative clause is in blue. Next, we play a game called Guess the Adjective. First, model the question and answer. Do you want to be their friend? Yes, I do. I want to be their friend because blah, blah, blah. Or no, I don't. I don't want to be their friend because blah, blah, blah. Show the next slide. Students read the text and answer the question. Do you want to be Jason's friend? Yes, I do. I want to be Jason's friend because he is helpful. Display the dialogue and ask students to read it. Half can read the questions, the other half the answers. Then cover key vocabulary and read again. Cover even more, then let them practice in pairs. Here's how I model sequence adverbs. Students ask, "What will you do tomorrow?" I say the sequence adverb and they finish the sentence. First, I'll walk to school. Next, I'll have classes. Then, I'll go home. After that, I'll do my homework. Finally, I'll go to bed. Then, students practice the dialogue in pairs. This activity can be an exit ticket. Students act as the teacher and review the lesson, a summary of what they learned. They must use the target sentences and questions. Show them your recorded model first.
Hello, my name is Val, and I would like to tell you what we learned today. We read a book about Antarctica. Antarctica is a continent with the ocean all around it. It is a very cold and windy place. Antarctica is a desert because it doesn't snow or rain much here. Emperor penguins only live in Antarctica. People don't live here because it is too cold to live in. I like this lesson because I learned something new about the world. I give it 5 stars.
In conclusion, a couple of don'ts. Don't give instructions while students are doing something else. Don't assume they understand verbs like discuss or describe. Don't explain the task verbally only. Show it visually. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. And if you'd like ready-to-use lessons and games, check out my Teacher Val store or Teachers Pay Teachers, where you can find discounts through the Bundle Builder. Links are in the description. You can also support the channel through Super Thanks or by becoming a member. Thank you for being here and for everything you do for your students. See you in the next video.